So hey you all, today I'm gonna teach you guys how to run in your Meteor 350 or any other bike for that matter for the first few hundred kilometers. Now, no matter if your bike is in the run-in period or not, you've obviously got to start the bike before anything. Now you've got to start it and leave it for a minute or two at the very least, no matter how late you're getting. And the reason you do so is because you want to make sure that the engine oil is running all over the engine. You want to make sure that it's circulated well enough so that your engine doesn't get damaged, not piston rings, the piston, any of that doesn't get damaged. You leave it for a minute or two. I personally leave it for at least 2 minutes. Wipe down the bike, wear my gear, whatever it is. But make sure you do this. And now you're ready to embark on your journey to your college, to your office, or to wherever you're going. First gear. Let's go. Is make sure that you are not doing or you're not using more than half the accelerator. And the reason for that is when you're riding the bike, you don't want to add any unnecessary pressure to the engine and you don't want to over rev the engine. Make sure you're not carrying a pillion. The reason for that is whenever you add a pillion onto your bike, your engine is going to be under more stress when you're running it, which is not a very good thing in the first 500 kilometers of your bike's life. Now this is one set of numbers you'll have to remember because our bike doesn't have an RPM meter here, doesn't have a tachometer. To keep this in your mind, the speeds are 20, 30, 45, 60, 70. 20, 30, 45, 60, 70. And another set of numbers I told you basically means that you shift from first to second at 20, second to third at 30, third to fourth at 45, fourth to fifth at 60, and then you can take fifth gear till 70 kilometers per hour. Do not cross that. Now you've got to make sure that every gear changes happen a little before these numbers. Now for example, I'm going to start again. First gear at 0. That's first gear change to second at 20. Second to third at 30. Third to fourth at 45. These are the run-in speeds given by Royal Enfield in their manual. We can check them out there as well. And I found that these speeds actually keep the engine at the optimum RPM, not too low and not too high. Make sure you're not taking your bike to the highway and make sure you're not at the same gear or at the same speed for a very long amount of time. Now the reason for this is the same amount of pressure at the same time at one place can also cause damages. You know how water tends to make a hole at a place, even the droplets fall continuously. Therefore, avoiding the highway ensures two things. Number one, you're making sure that your engine does not heat up more than it should, which is an absolute no-no when you're doing the run-in. And the second thing is you're making sure that the same phenomena that I talked about with the stone and water does not happen to your engine. Whenever you're riding your bike, do not ride it continuously for more than 1 hour. And if you have to go far away, make sure you have frequent stops. What are the advantages of running in your bike? Let's start with the fact that it ensures the longevity of your engine. This is going to make sure that your engine is healthy, and this is something that decides how your engine's performance, how your engine's efficiency is going to be during its whole life. So this is indeed a very, very, very important procedure that a lot of us fail to follow because we don't know about it. There's absolutely no downsides to running in your bike other than the fact that you're in this one jail of speeds where you have to follow a certain set of RPMs or a certain set of speeds for certain gears. This is the only thing. You're gonna feel like you're in a jail. But it's absolutely worth it. And it's not that bad also. It's not that terrible. Please let me know your questions down below, and thanks for watching.